Can you grab it on YouTube from Bowen Fitness?
I can try. My computer is not agreeing with me very much right now.
Okay, here we are live on.
My computer's not agreeing with me very much right now.
I got it. Hang on. Okay, here we are live on. Hang on one second. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Where there is a will, there is a way, people. I'm hoping. Okay. Well, it's not fully showing everything live on YouTube. It's only showing a preview. It's not like streaming live. So that's a problem, but we are just gonna try to roll with it because we don't have any other solutions right now. So we are gonna go ahead and record this live, and then hopefully everyone's jumping over to join us on YouTube. We tried to broadcast this directly into the Facebook groups page, but for some reason, it was not allowing us to do that. So we are just going to roll with the punches because that's what you do when you are an entrepreneur. So here we go. My name is Joy Bowen.
Joy, good news. It is streaming on YouTube. I just checked it.
Well, it's streaming on YouTube, but it's not streaming into our Facebook group page.
Correct.
So can you give them a little heads up or maybe even mute yourself here, go live and let them know to click on the link to YouTube and join us over there. That'd be awesome. Delise got the message. So, okay. So if you could mute yourself real quick and then just do that to give them a quick notification, and I will do our little introduction and we will conquer technology one way or another. Sound good, babe? Yes? Okay. He's hopefully receiving instruction. Okay, so my name is Joy Bowen, and I am half of the Bowens. Myself and Andrew Bowen are co-creators of Rising Phoenix International. And it is my pleasure to be with you here tonight to talk about the real skinny, the behind the scenes, if you will, on coaching and what coaching is all about, what it looks like, what do we do, answer all your questions. That is the goal for tonight. And I'm super excited because one, we're just gonna like get around the technology failure. And two, I've got my Energize ready to go. So I'm like pumped, like I have all the energy in the world. So anyway, I wanted to kick things off by letting you know a little bit about our story. And why we are here. Again, my name is Joy Bowen, and I lead a team called Rising Phoenix International. We have been coaches for about 3.5 years, and we are a 2-time elite team. What that means is just that our team is gaining momentum in helping people really reach their God-given potential in faith and fitness with their family and their finances. And we are excited to work with the next up and coming go-getter girl and dude bosses who are ready to change the world, starting with their own world. So you should know that I was the hugest skeptic about Beachbody coaching. I actually said no to this opportunity for 7 years. And so 7 years, I said no, like no way, Jose. And so the fact that I'm even here tonight talking to you is like amazing to me. But I really, truly feel that Beachbody and coaching found me at just the right time when I needed it most myself personally. And so about 4.5, 5 years ago, my family started going through these back-to-back medical kind of whammies. It started with my son. He had a swollen optic nerve, and we were really worried about like a brain tumor. And so we went through a year of specialists and spinal taps and medication and no answers and just a lot of stress. But ultimately the doctors kind of said, well, since nothing we do is helping him, we think it's just kind of, maybe it's just the way God made him. So after all that stress, he's still under kind of this monitor and watch kind of situation. But a year later, my husband, Andrew, whom you're going to hear from momentarily, because he had to do an announcement in our group page to let everyone know where the heck we were. He nearly died in an atrial flutter episode during his black belt test for American Karate. And that's not an understatement. He had a short circuit in his heart that basically blood stopped pumping in and blood stopped going out, and he passed out. And we went to one ER. We were care flighted to another hospital. I was greeted by a chaplain. We spent 3 days in ICU trying to figure out what was going on. And thankfully, he had been on a journey to prepare for his black belt test of weight loss. So he had lost 30 pounds, almost 40, right, babe? I think almost 40 pounds leading up to that black belt test. And truly, we feel like it saved his life because he was in so much better health that his body was able to withstand some pretty severe trauma. And so thankfully, they figured out what's going on. They fixed it. He's alive and well and doing great. But a year later, and you really can't make this stuff up, like when it rains, it pours. But I was diagnosed with breast cancer. No family history. It was super close to my chest wall. I was 41, which is very young in breast cancer circles. And so we were very aggressive, and I had a double mastectomy and reconstruction surgery. And so you could say, truthfully, my faith was super strong during this period of time in my life, but I was physically completely weak, probably the weakest I've ever been in my life, and mentally exhausted from these like hits that just kept coming. And compound that with just kind of feeling tapped out in a lot of areas of life, in my professional life. And so anyway, I just kind of felt like, oh my gosh, is this it? I really did. I felt like an alien in my skin physically. I felt completely uninspired or unchallenged in my professional life. And I was just dissatisfied with honestly what I could provide for my family. My husband, Andrew, travels 80% of the time. He's gone out of the home all the time. And I had this like deep desire to I wish I could change our circumstances. I wish I could help our family spend more time together. So all this stuff is going on. And I literally have this defining moment in my closet of all places. And, I was hating everything in my closet because nothing fit. I was feeling super frumpy, and I was just having this, I guess this is over 40 kind of moment in my life. Maybe I should just have the mom jeans and, hide behind my kids in pictures and just kind of fade in the background and, wait for grandkids. And I kind of played this scenario out of maybe this is it for me. Maybe I'm just done. And as absurd as that sounds, that's exactly what I was feeling. And about that time, my friend Stephanie, who was, she was a Beachbody coach for 7 years. She was the one who invited me to consider coaching. And she was the one that I said no to for 7 years. She posted, her before and after picture on social media from this brand new program. And I, wanted to change more than I wanted to stay the same. I reached out to her. She never even invited me to that group. I reached out to her and I said, I don't know what the heck you're doing, but you have abs. And I would like abs because I feel like an alien in my skin. So let's start with abs, I would like to fall back in love with my body again. So can I please join your group? And I was so excited about kind of being on the other side of breast cancer and finally making that decision to develop some strength in my life again, that I shared about it on Facebook. And you all, this was not a magical or planned post. This was something I decided to get my strong on and I'm super excited about it. I mean, it was like the most innocent post ever. I signed up as a customer, so I had no intention of helping anyone. But I had like 3 people from my church reach out and say, hey, you know that thing you're doing? We want to do that too. And so my friend, after 7 years, represented the coaching opportunity to me. And she said, you don't have to do anything with it, but, at least you would get some referral money from, helping these people. Well, at the time we had such massive medical debt that getting like $150, $200 back was like a godsend. And so I signed up simply to recover the cost of my package and to help my friends. And then we jumped into the group. And when I jumped into the group, it was like that missing puzzle piece from my life. It was like ministry. My background is in helping church leaders maximize their impact through family ministry. And so when I jumped into this group, it was like, faith and fitness and family and fun. And it was all wrapped up together in this experience that I was like, why isn't everyone doing this? This is so awesome. And I can get it all done on my time frame, and I can struggle through stuff without people staring at me. And it just was awesome. It was awesome. I was like so shocked that I even thought it was that awesome because I was such a skeptic. So I had a conversation with Andrew around our kitchen table. And I said, you know what, babe, like, I know this is so crazy because here's the thing. Andrew and I did a network marketing opportunity in our early 20s. This is like in the era of barely email. Okay. And so we had a really bad, kind of experience. And I mean, it's not that the opportunity was bad. It's that it wasn't the right opportunity for us. And we weren't at the right stage to pursue that opportunity. But when we left with kind of like a womp feeling. And so that's why we were so skeptical. So, all of these, I don't know, it's like 2 decades later, right? I'm like, I know this is crazy, but what if this coaching thing, like, what if that's how like God works everything together for the good of those who love him? Like, what if that's the way that I'm supposed to help women feel more confident about themselves and love the skin they're in? And what if that influences their family or their marriage or their mom's relationship with their kids? I mean, at the end of the day, like when you help a mom, you influence the entire family. And what I've learned in this coaching gig is that when you teach a mom to help other people, you have like a God-sized movement on your hands. And so I asked him, I'm like, is this crazy that I'm thinking about actually doing this? And he's like, no, I think you should. And so what we decided is to go all in for a year before we reevaluated anything. And by all in, I just mean giving it my best effort for a year before we were to reevaluate. Because this business model, y'all, it takes consistency over time. And we knew that. There is no get rich thing. This requires, effort, diligence, skill, and consistency, right? And so we decided to go all in for a year and then see what would happen. It was my get to, my part-time get to. I did a half hour in the morning and a half hour at night. And within 6 months of starting this part-time coaching, we were all in for life because we were earning about $1,000 extra a month in addition to like our income from our real jobs. And that's a pretty healthy chunk of buffer. And I have to say, because I'm talking about income and we're live on YouTube, that Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success. And it is all based on your effort, diligence, skill. Basically, it takes work. That's a legal disclaimer that we have to put out there when we talk about success. But, success leaves clues. And so for the past 3.5 years, we have consistently shown up. And at about 2 years in, I was able to quit my full-time job because we had doubled the income, more than doubled the income that I was earning in a full-time job as a part-time coach. So it just didn't make sense to keep the full-time job. So now we are on a mission to help other people change their lives, to help other people do the same thing, whether it is to earn a little extra income, to be able to afford a vacation for the first time, or whether it's to just get healthy, strong, and change the legacy of health that you leave, not only for yourself, but for your family. That is our mission, to help people reach their God-given potential in faith, family, fitness, and finances. So, wow, that was a lot of talking while my husband patiently waited for me to be quiet. He is a saint. What did you want to say, babe?
Nothing at all.
You're like, nothing, babe. It's all good. Happy wife, happy life.
Pretty much.
So I'll stop our story. That's where our story is. And you should know, we have not an original idea in our brain. Like, everything we do is duplicatable. The only original thing that we have to bring to the table is our story. That's it. And it turns out that's the only thing you need too, is your story. But I'm going to have Andrew share the Beachbody story, because I think it's important to understand, like, why does coaching even exist? Like, why is it necessary?
So the cool part about the Beachbody story actually is it didn't actually ever need to exist. So I'm sure all of you have seen some Beachbody infomercial over the years. I mean, I travel for a living, as Joy mentioned, and their in hotels are literally the Beachbody channel. You can tune on, you can see everything from 10-minute trainer to P90X to all these different things. And the stated mission of Beachbody is to end the trend of obesity in America. And what they discovered through programs like P90X, and back when it was 10-minute trainer and Taichen, and all these other different fantastic programs that they had a lot of success selling via infomercial, was that there was a major thing they were missing. They would go back into these surveys and they would find out, oh, I never opened up the package, or I never actually really dived into the program. And even though Beachbody had already sold the program, they weren't satisfied with that. Just selling the program doesn't create a situation where people are actually necessarily successful. And then all of a sudden, the internet with chat rooms came around, and P90X hit at the same time. And what they saw was this just kind of organic development of chat rooms and participant-to-participant support through the P90X program. People would get on there, they would do this, what we now know as a Google search. Back then, it was probably Ask Jeeves or something along those lines. And they would find these chat rooms where people who were having success with the program were encouraging others. And that literally was the birth of what is now known as the Coaching Network. We know that there are 4 pillars to success in health and fitness. You've got obviously the workout programs, which is your exercise. You've got nutrition, you've got sleep, and then you've got peer support, that accountability. And that's really what the coaching element of Beachbody really came to develop. So, in the early or late 90s, that's when Beachbody realized the part they were missing. They had these phenomenal workout programs by superstar trainers that were proven to bring success. And they had this great, various different great nutritional programs they could utilize. But what they didn't have at that point was this network of people who were invested in each other to actually make sure that the accountability was there, but much more importantly, the recognition and the reinforcement and the positive reinforcement and the coaching was in play. And that's really where the birth of the Coaching Network came out, was this realization that it was more than just selling a bunch of DVDs and making that sale. It was much more about how do we make sure those DVDs actually make it into the DVD player and someone actually presses play at the end of the day, and make sure their nutrition is on point. So that was kind of that transition between, hey, we're a retail sales company, to no, we're a health and wellness company that's intimately invested in the success of those people who are our customers at this point. So it's kind of the Beachbody story there.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So I love that, because Beachbody didn't have to do that. They could have just focused on the bottom line and profit, and they would have been just fine as a company, but they were more focused on solving a global problem, which is ending the trend of obesity. And so I think that speaks volumes to the integrity of the company that we are partnered with. And I absolutely love it. So basically, if you are tuning in tonight, you probably have been like a part of one of our groups, whether it's the free group or our Forever Fit Revolution or Andrew's Fit Fight Club. You probably have been in one of our groups, but just in case you haven't, I'm going to show you what our group actually looks like, because I really think like it's fine for us to tell you about what coaches do, and it's another thing to show you what coaches do. So basically, at the end of the day, coaches are encouragers. We're not experts. We don't have to be nutritionists. We don't have to be fitness professionals, although we do have those people who are those type of specialties who are also coaches to help expand their reach. But what part-time coaching is all about is just hosting these community groups where people can connect on a daily basis. So what I tell my new challengers all the time about accountability is that as a coach, I am responsible for creating the environment by which they hold themselves accountable. Like I can't go to their house and press play. I can't cook their food or tell them to not eat the cookie or whatever. I can't like make these choices for them, but I can create the environment and I can show up and tell them good job every single day. And that's what we do. And most of us host our groups on Facebook, but I will also show you a little place. We have a separate app that you can use as well if you don't like Facebook or Facebook isn't your jam. But this is my Forever Fit Revolution group. So this is where my girls are checking in every single day on their workout. And truly, like, if you ever feel like, man, I just don't want to like show up today, I don't want to do my workout, all you have to do is jump in the group and see the flood of, support and people who are crushing it, to like realize that you can kick your own booty and get it done. Like if all of these people can do it, so can I. So we journal things like our food, our measurements. We document our journey, how hard workouts were. People post videos. Really, it's just a safe place to express yourself and make sure that you show up for yourself. Like all this journey is about loving yourself well. Aren't they the cutest couple? Loving yourself well, and then letting other people see that change in you, which like attracts your tribe to you. So all that to say, we focus a lot on, mindset, on faith, on tips to help with meal prep and planning. It is so much more than like pressing play on a workout. That is one of the most incredible 80-day transformations I have ever seen. She is a rockin' mama and she did an amazing job. So all that to say, and sweet Robin, she is another breast cancer survivor, and she's lost over 100 pounds, you guys. And she is such an inspiration. So we have all ages, all stages. It just doesn't matter where you are at in life. You can show up and tell someone good job. Now, the other place that you can host your challenge groups is through a free tool that we have access to as coaches called the My Challenge Tracker app. This is a separate app where people can check in every single day. You can post, the tips of the day or encouragement of the day. And the cool thing about the Challenge Tracker app that I love is that you can actually go and look at your participants from like a calendar perspective. So you can see the app actually keeps track of their workouts and their nutrition. And so as a coach, you can get really great feedback on this as to how consistent they are being. So that is amazing. So what I wanted to do was, obviously that's a little bit about what coaches do on a daily basis. And the cool part is like, as far as like content of what you would share, because a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what to say. That's all put together for you. And a lot of people say, well, I don't have time. Like, when am I going to show up in that group? You can schedule your posts. Like, I schedule my posts to deliver at 5 a.m. in the morning, but I am sleeping. But Facebook is set up, and we teach you how. Facebook is set up to where you can actually pre-schedule your posts, and like they'll go ahead and post them for you so you can do your life, which is amazing. So you're not going to be tethered to a computer. You actually can set up your system to make sure that you get to be fully available to life and show up when you want to in your groups to encourage each other. What else? Oh, okay, Andrew. We need to show them. Are you coming back on, or are you having technical difficulties again?
Nope, I'm good. I'm just making sure that I wasn't sharing my screen.
Okay, I'll share my screen again and do the walkthrough, but will you talk to them about Beachbody On Demand and like the tools that they would need to get started as a coach, like how much the package costs and that kind of stuff, what they get?
Sure. So there's a couple different options, but the main package is what's known as what we call a challenge pack. And it's $160. It includes your first month of our Superfood Shake Shakeology, which is all about the nutrition that you're missing, the prebiotics, the probiotics, all kinds of different nutrients that would, it's 3 trips to the salad bar, and it would take you, 7 tons of vegetables. That's a super exaggeration to actually get everything that's in there. But within the Beachbody On Demand website that Joy's scrolling through right now, and then also this comes as an app streaming on your phone or your mobile device, you have access to all 6,000 hours of the workouts that are within Beachbody in general. So Joy, do me a favor, jump into Shift Shop real quick for me, or any of the programs really. So within every workout program that you have, you've got a whole bunch of things. Number one, you don't have to worry about telling your challengers or the people working with you what they should actually be doing. You're going to work with certified super trainers who have developed programs specifically to the goals that your folks are going to actually be going after. So that's in that program materials that Joy is just clicking on in this one. So you'll notice she's clicking on nutrition. This is going to be a couple different things. Number one, there's the nutrition guide, which is detailing out based on your height, based on your weight, based on your activity level, where should you be? What are the basics of nutrition? What are the different things you should be eating and when? And not so much that you have to count every calorie, because we don't do calorie counting. We're actually going to be looking at, okay, great. What are the macros you should be eating, which you're not measuring every macro either. It's a really simple container system that, hey, I need to take in as a plan C, I need to have 7 veggies a day. So that's a green container kind of a thing. But then you've also got these wonderful recipe booklets. And whether you're talking about a specific program like Shift Shop, which is what Joy and I are doing right now, and you can see the different breakfast recipes. It's all laid out for you. I'm the meal prepper of the house. I'm the ones who go to the grocery store. I love that it gives me the entire recipe list, etc. It's all dialed in for you. Again, as a coach, you don't need to be the expert in this field. We've hired a whole bunch of experts who put all this stuff together for us in an easily digestible way that you can then easily provide to others. Now, what's also really cool about this one is, you've got these calendars. So you've got all these different workouts, but they're designed to be put together in a very specific way. That's what the calendar is all about. You can see for Shift Shop, it specifically balances between speed workouts and strength workouts, and it ramps up. This one's called the On-Ramp to Fitness. So it goes from speed to strength with core, 25 minutes to 35 minutes to 45 minutes in length. So we're ramping up on those. But not everyone's going to do this type of workout. Joy, can you back to the workouts for me? So within the workouts, you have all kinds of options. You've got really athletically based programs like Shift Shop. You have other programs that are like 80-Day Obsession was the latest one that came out. That is all about time nutrition. That's when you're really ready to dial things in. PiYo was the first one that Joy and I actually did together. No impact, really good movement, kind of combination yoga and PiYo. Joy's dived into the yoga studio. This is one of my favorites. In fact, this was one we emphasized with my men's group this past week. In fact, yesterday, One of the trainers, Ted, has this phenomenal weekend warrior one, but you'll notice some are weight focused, some are where'd you go into? Oh, clean week. Some are 7 days long, some are 80 days long, some are 90 days long, some are only 21 days long. So it really, you have everything at your fingertips to be able to recommend to those people that you are working with exactly what it is that they are, or a program that will help them attack exactly what it is that they want to do. And then one of my favorites that I think is actually undersung in this whole thing. Joy, can you bring up Fixate? She's gonna have to scroll down and find it. I would actually, there it is. So one of my favorite things of this entire thing is there is basically a cooking.com or a cooking channel on Beachbody On Demand. Literally hundreds of different recipes that are focused on the meal planning and the container system that I told you about earlier for breakfast, lunch, dinner, where yes, you can get a cookbook and all these, but you can also watch a 5-minute video on how do we prepare the sweet potato chicken recovery wraps from 80 Day Obsession, or the avocado sushi that you just saw in there. Those are the banana apple muffins that are on play. So all these different ones where you could say, you know what, I just don't know what I want to do today or this week. Hundreds of recipes, all detailed out, all within the nutrition plan, all with the macros that are in play. So it really is your one-stop shop for everything fitness and nutrition related, where you don't have to be an expert. You just got to show people where to press play.
Yeah, I love it. So, so to get started as a coach, we have a bundle, which basically discounts all the resources that you would need into one discounted bundle. We call it the Annual Access Challenge Pack, and it's a year of Beachbody On Demand, 30 days of our dense superfood meal replacement shake called Shakeology, and our Portion Fix system, along with like a shaker bottle and some other material in the box. But basically that waives your coach application fee and gives you all the tools that you need to start your own journey to be able to tell your story. Because here's the thing, a lot of people tell me, I don't want to be a salesperson. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to flood the feed with all the product stuff. Well, guess what? The reason why our team is different and successful than some of what you have seen probably in your news feed is that we don't do that. We don't flood the feed with product posts, because honestly, that doesn't inspire people to life change. The thing that keeps you from being salesy is the fact that you have a story. You actually have an experience that you share yourself. And you do it in a way that evolves over time. And we teach you how to do that. The thing that makes people salesy is when they just, buy this, but they don't really there's no life change that goes with it. As awesome as I'm sure some of those products are, life change isn't going to really happen through lipstick, but it will happen through better health. And so that's what I feel really sets us apart, is that we are on mission to end the trend of obesity and create happy, healthy people that are living up to their full God-given potential. And there's just nothing else that has the holistic plan that we do. So that bundle has everything that you need to start on your own journey and to have a story to share with other people that will inspire them. Because again, stories of life change are what inspire us to take next steps of our own. I always tell our new coaches, someone needs to see your next steps so that they can take their first steps. And that bundle is $160. Again, that waives the $40 application fee, gives you everything that you need to get started and plug in. We also have a 30-day money-back guarantee on everything. So I think it's just absolutely phenomenal that you can actually start a business and have a 30-day money-back guarantee on that. But you're not going to want it because it's the most awesome thing ever. But anyway, you do have it. So you literally have zero risk. And what's the worst that can happen? You get in amazing shape and a few of your friends join the journey with you, right? So next steps, just want to cover real quick what the next steps are. And then hopefully Andrew can field if there are any questions. With our technical difficulties, we may not have a whole lot of questions, but, what I want to talk to you guys is about next steps. So if the person who invited you is going to follow up with you and ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, like how interested are you in taking your next steps and becoming a coach on our team? 1 being, I'm so not interested at all. It's just not my thing. Like, I just don't get it. And 10 being like, this is like pretty incredible. I don't understand why people aren't like doing this. Let's go. So 10 is let's just jump in. I'm so ready. What will happen then is we will get you enrolled with your challenge pack. We will send you a welcome email and introduce you on our team page. We have a dedicated team page called Rising Phoenix International on Facebook. And then we're going to plug you into a 15-day new coach training, which is self-paced. It's a daily email that arrives to you, and you can budget about 20 to 30 minutes to do each daily lesson. At the end of 15 days, you're going to have the very basic fundamentals to get you moving forward as a part-time coach in your business. And our goal is to really help you earn your first paycheck within your first 30 days. Honestly, we set a goal for you to help 3 people, which recovers the cost of your challenge packs and sets you up for profitability for month 2. So those are kind of the next steps, is that on a scale of 1 to 10. And then if you're ready to get started, we will plug you in and get you signed up for our new coach training. You are never thrown into the deep end. We believe in mentorship very much so on our team. So no one ever signs you up and then like says, good luck, have fun. You are actually going to be plugged into an ongoing challenge group right now so that you can start your own journey. But we also want you to be able to invite a few friends, right? Like, we don't want you to have to wait to get through the training in order to invite a couple of friends to join you. So we're going to give you a couple of tools to help you do that, to find a few friends to join you right away. But at that time, while you're kind of ramping up in your own fitness journey and getting started on that, you'll be doing the coach training. And really, that's all there is to it. New coaches can expect to spend 5 to 7 hours on their coaching piece, whether that's through training or encouraging other people. But really, like, part-time is part-time. A lot of people, they're like, I have no time to do this. I'm like, I get it. I was working full-time. I was served on the board of directors at a local nonprofit, the PTA. I was volunteering at church. Like, we make time for the things that we think are most important. And so if your healthy, happy life and creating some extra financial margin is important for you, then it's easy to find the time because you just turn off the TV. That's what I did. But 5 to 7 hours is really like all it really takes to get started. Andrew, are there any questions rolling in, or are we like a victim of technology and not able to see them?
We are totally a victim of technology. So I checked the YouTube stream, and the YouTube stream does not have any questions as at this point. There are a few people who are watching us live, which is actually shocking considering everything we've been going through. So we will definitely make sure we monitor the comments on the video when it goes live on the Facebook page, and certainly feel free to ask questions on there. We'll make sure we follow up. Obviously, you can always reach us as well through our page, Joy and Drew Bowen. We're more than happy to answer any questions on that as well.
Oh, I forgot to talk about the monthly, the business service fee. That's one thing we should, I asked my own question before you sign us off. I asked my own question. Is there any ongoing fees to be a coach?
I don't know, Joy. Are there any ongoing fees to be a coach? Obviously,
I swear, like, tonight is living proof that anyone can do this business. I mean, seriously, if we can try to like limp our way through technical challenges, like anybody can do this, y'all.
And can I tell you how awesome it was to get notifications from another set of couple coaches that, hey, they're live on their page through Zoom doing this. I'm like, really? They can do it and we can't?
I'm so going to be sending an email. Anyway, so are there any ongoing costs with being a coach? Actually, starting month 2, you have a $15.95 business service fee. Correct. That basically covers all your infrastructure. Like, I don't know of any business that has lower overhead than what we have. You don't have to stock product. So no inventory, no employees. You don't have to deal with customer service. You don't have to process orders. You don't even have to handle money. You don't have, did I say you don't have to handle returns? That's a big one.
Nope, you didn't.
You don't have to basically deal with any of that stuff. You literally just get to show up and love on people. And the $15.95 service fee goes toward all the infrastructure, so we don't have to pay anyone. And your websites, which are your referral sites for people to come and order product through you. So 5 to 7 hours, $15.95 business service fee. You can earn extra money just by helping people and saying, hey, let's do this together. And while you're helping people, you can earn fun incentive trips like our Riviera Maya one that we just got back from.
It's awesome.
And join a rockin' team that knows how to like roll with the punches, like when technology goes crazy, like tonight. So anyway, you're the person who invited you will be following up, and we really hope to be welcoming you to our team soon. So we love you guys. We want to respect your time. It is now 8:00 and we are signing off. Anything else, babe?
Nope, that'll do it. We'll talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye, y'all.